What does every married woman really want? Is there an answer? Is it attention? Is it love? Is it companionship? Time together? Is it gifts? Words of praise and compliments? What is the number one thing every married woman wants? The answer may surprise you, but stay tuned. This is Leah Abramov with Being and Becoming. Every woman wants one thing in her marriage. She wants one thing in her husband, and the answer may be shocking because we are just trained to think that we need vacations, we need time together, we need love and attention. And yes, those are all so very, very important. And there's such a thing as love languages. Which love language speaks to me the most? In which way do I have the most connection with my spouse? Is it when he's giving gifts? Is it when he's giving compliments? When we have time together? All of these different things. And yes, they are important. However, the number one thing every married woman wants is, as it says in Bereshit, and to the woman he said, and your craving shall be for your husband. Every woman wants to please her husband, to be pleasing to him. She wants to make him happy. She wants to be there for him in every way. She wants to support him. And this is what we learn from Eshet Chayil as well. She's always there for him. She never does wrong. She never does bad. She does good all days of her life. And it's important for us to know every single woman wants to be there for her husband. She wants to crave her husband. And every man wants to cherish his wife. However, if the woman doesn't show that she wants her husband, she wants to please him, she wants to be there for him, she supports him, he can't cherish someone if the woman is not taking that step forward first. So every single woman wants to please her husband. So how do we know this? Our sages teach us that shalom is so great that it is equal to everything in creation. And without shalom, without peace, there is nothing, because shalom outweighs everything else. We may want many things in our marriage and from our husbands, and those are all valid and all fine, and they have a time and place. However, the bottom line is shalom bayit, which is peace in the home. When a woman is mavatir, when she gives in, no, she's not a doormat, and she's not a shmata, and she's not, someone to be stepped on, and, the thing has boundaries. No. What we're talking about today is when she's giving in for shalom, when she's listening to him more, when she makes when she prioritizes shalom. Shalom is number one to her, which is peace. Peace in marriage. And when you have peace between your husband, you can handle any challenge. The house can be flying, your boss may be upsetting you, or you may have difficult in-laws, or you may have difficult travel to work, or your children may be giving you a hard time, and maybe you have little kids, running around, and you're just physically drained as a mother. When you have teenagers, you're physically and sometimes mentally drained as a mother, because you still have to do so much. Thank God these are blessings. Blessings are not always easy, but they are blessings. And it's important for us to internalize that when I have shalom with my husband, I can handle any challenge. Challenges are great because challenges are life. Challenges, when you go up, your heartbeat goes up and down, that's truly living. God forbid if the heart monitor shows a straight line, that's not living, that's death. And some people are living this way. They're alive, they're surviving, but they're not really living. But it's important for us to remember that shalom outweighs everything. When we have peace with our husbands, we can overcome any challenge. Our sages also teach us that if we open the hole the size of the eye of a needle, Hashem will open an entranceway wide enough to drive a carriage through. Now, what does that really mean? It means maybe I can't be the most patient wife in the world. and I can't be the calmest, and I can't give in all the time, but I'm gonna do this just once. I'm gonna do this just right now. Maybe not tomorrow, but maybe not in an hour. Just now. And the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, will trick you and say, who do you think you are? You're gonna yell, you're gonna scream, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and all these negative thoughts putting you down. And what you can do is tell the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, maybe you're right. Maybe I will scream, but I'm not gonna do it right now. Maybe I'll do it in an hour. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it in 30 minutes. And that's a way that you're just doing this right now. When Hashem sees that you're trying, that's like halfway through. He helps you along the way. He gives you the koach, the strength to be patient again and again and calmer. It's just going to be so much easier as long as you just do it once. You showed yourself, you proved to yourself that you can do it. And when you see that you can do it once, then it's much easier to do it again. There's a tool that I'd like to share with you. It's called insight plus action equals internal growth. What does that really mean? So you take an idea, let's say you're learning about shalom, right? A woman may think, you know what? When I'm upset at my husband, the first thing I want to say, I'm just for that, I'm just going to walk away, or I'm just going to close my mouth. I'm not going to say anything. So there's the insight. She learned about shalom, how to be mavater, how to give in, the importance of shalom. That's the insight. And the action is she's going to walk away if she's upset, right? And that's internal growth. Now, if you're listening to this video or any growth-minded video, any inspirational video that you're trying to enhance your life in any way, it's one thing to listen, and thank you for listening. However, it's another thing to do something about it. So real growth is insight plus action equals internal growth. A person can grow only when they do something about their learning, even if it's small. And it should be small, because growth should be small and paced in order for it to really cement into our character. So the number one thing every single woman wants, every single married woman wants, is to really prioritize her husband, is to please her husband. The craving is for her husband. It's not for anything else. And when a woman prioritizes her husband, her children see, wow, that's how you treat Abba. That's how you treat my father. A woman can sit down and teach, respect to her children. This is how we respect Abba. This is how, but they see how the father is being treated. And if you haven't been treating him well till this video, it's okay. Take the next step. The children are so inspired when they see change, when they see parents overcome their challenges, overcome change. Our parents used to be this way and now they're this way. Mommy's really trying, and they get inspired. So whenever they overcome challenges in their own lives, in their studies, in their marriages, they're going to say, you know what? Change is possible. Look at my parents. Look what they did. Look how they changed. And this is really how you teach. You teach by example. Even if you haven't been, prioritizing your husband so much or prioritizing your shalom, start small today. Start small today. Do something for your marriage. Something to prioritize shalom. Maybe, you have an idea of how to spend Shabbat and you're having a discussion with your husband in the kitchen table. You're discussing plans for the weekend, plans for Shabbat, and you disagree with what your husband is saying, and your kids hear you, and you say, you know what, if you want it this way, that's perfectly fine with me, we'll make it work. And that is shalom. Taking just one decision, big or small, that your husband suggests, prioritizing it, making it work, giving in, and making shalom your priority. Because when a woman craves her husband, prioritizes him, she's successful in every other part in life. Thank you for listening. Leah Abramov, Being and Becoming. Awakening awareness of your greatness and potential.